Financial wellness. Reach out to them for advice at 855-DON-GINO. And now back to your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Franti.
So let's start off with, where do you see the market today? Because it changes on a weekly basis out here in Santa Clarita. Because what you hear in the news may be about Florida, could be about Nevada, could be about Arizona, could be national news. We are in our own bubble. We talk about all the time Santa Clarita is unique to itself, and it changes on a regular basis. What's nice is we get experts like Nicole Stinson. They can give you an idea of what's changed today, because we know inventories have dropped dramatically throughout the year.
Yes, and I think even Santa Clarita in itself has chunks that when someone asks, how is the market, it's different in every area of even Santa Clarita. So
love hearing you say that, because it is different in Stevenson Ranch versus
it's like
Game
me
Country.
asking you what the interest rate is. I mean, it just depends on where you live. You know, there's so many.
The program.
Exactly. And so, you know, I have a listing that I put on in Valencia. One day I had like 9 offers. And then I have a beautiful home in Saugus that has been on the market for about 59 days. Tons of showings. There's nothing wrong with the house. It's beautiful. And we don't have any offers. And it's priced right. So I think it just depends on what area and all the circumstances.
I think what I've seen is the price range. I think right now, the one thing that I am seeing is that the upper, and you can confirm this, but at least for us, it seems like the upper price range, say from 700 to 800, seems to be struggling a little bit. It seemed to have been stronger earlier this year. I don't know if it was maybe because of tax season. People were trying to get into homes earlier in the year. Now they can't get so much tax benefit by coming in late in the year. I'm not quite sure why, but it seems like those homes tend to be sitting a little longer. Now, we're all spoiled, and 60 days seems bad, right? When a traditional real estate market, 6 months is normal to sell a home.
I would even say that the 600 to 800 range has been a little slower than
that's what
under
we saw.
that. Especially when you're putting Mello-Roos and all the other things that people, add to their payment.
Well, what's cool is that you understand that. I mean, if you just to look at a price range, but they don't understand if Mello-Roos are even part of it, that's a big factor.
HOA, I mean, all of that kind of takes away from their pre-qualified amount, too.
Well, I lived in Tesoro for 7 years, and I wanted to buy in Tesoro. And sure enough, I said, you know what, I'm just not going to do it. And I ended up buying in Saugus because for $100,000 less and no Mello-Roos and less HOA,
2 HOAs
I got what I wanted.
Yeah.
So ultimately, for me, Saugus was a better place to go because I was able to save a lot of money compared to Tesoro. But Tesoro is still a great place to live.
It is beautiful there.
All right, let's talk about a very important subject right now, because we're talking about if you're trying to sell your home. You talked about one extreme that, boom, you get a ton of offers. We have seen, without a doubt, and we try to, eliminate this myth about, hey, to get the most out of your home, you have to price it as high as possible. But that is so not true, because we know if it's priced incorrectly, they may not even get an offer.
They may not even get people coming to look at the house.
Bingo.
So I think the whole goal when you're pricing a home is to price it at fair market value, because your goal should not be to get the highest price at that point. It's to get the most people there and exposure. Because that's when
you get a little frenzy going on, right?
Yes.
So they can actually, because you have more and more people interested in the home, potentially putting offers in, they could bid it up higher than what they even wanted for the home.
It creates demand. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to get any offers if no one's looking at it. And I made the mistake of doing exactly what I counsel my clients not to do, and I did overprice my home last year. And
you're a real estate agent. That's what you guys do.
I am.
You guys, it's funny. Real estate agents are the worst clients.
It is true. Like
crazy.
at 65, 70 days, my husband said, "Do you know a better real estate agent that can sell our house?" I was like, this is not good.
I could see your husband doing that.
So I fired myself, and we put it back on the market a week later at the right price, and we were in escrow within 6 days.
Wow. Funny how that works.
So
you learned your own lesson.
I learned my own lesson, and when you really look at the money that I lost by the time it was on the market, I probably ended up taking 13%, maybe less than I would have if I just priced it right in the beginning.
Wow, that's big numbers. But I know how hard it is to work on your own stuff. It really is. What is it? The shoemaker's kids have no shoes, or whatever it is.
Plumbers, plumbing leaks.
Yeah.
How would you know about that?
Yeah. Or we were.
Your husband's only one of the most successful plumbing companies in town.
It was awesome. My dad was one of the most high-end marble and granite contractors in all of Los Angeles for over a decade, and we had a Formica countertop in our bathroom. Yeah.
Okay, so pricing your home is imperative to your success, without a doubt.
Super, super important.
Okay, I think the factor that I noticed with you having to relearn your own lesson is real estate's emotional. People are overly sometimes attached to their home because they love their home. They think it's always worth the most. But that's why you need a true professional that's going to come and tell you the facts. Here's why I think it needs to be priced at this. Here's the comparables in the area, and here's how we're going to be successful. And a lot of times, a seller may not want to hear that.
They don't want to hear it. And I think what we also need to do as real estate professionals is be consistent with each other. And when we're going on these listing appointments, really be truthful and set our client up for realistic expectations. Because what happens is you'll go on a listing appointment, you're being honest, you're showing them the numbers. We can only show what the numbers are. And I can't tell you how many listing appointments I've walked away from not wanting to overprice it because I don't want to be unsuccessful. And I don't want to put it on the market and when I know what's going to happen. So that listing agent that'll go in and kind of
accommodate the seller.
Because they know, in 3 or 4 weeks they can do a price reduction.
Yeah, but that doesn't say great things about the home either. All right, so we have to go on break here in just a little bit. When we come back, we're going to go into a little bit more details on how to list your home correctly. We're talking about the pricing and what you can do to help turn more dollars out of that listing when you sell your home, especially if you're trying to buy your next dream home. So all these factors come into play, and we're going to help you, guide you down that path. When we come back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show, we'll be right back.